Hey guys, what's up? Loco here. Quick announcement. I'm gonna be moving. I'm living in this giant Hollywood Hills house. I'm gonna be moving back to Santa Monica with a pair of my best friends. And yeah, I'll explain in a vlog why I'm moving. But it means I'm gonna have good internet again and I'm gonna be able to stream. I miss streaming so much. I missed doing content with you guys on the stream. I miss interacting with you guys and just really connecting with my community. And I'm really excited to be able to do that again. So watch out for my stream coming to you very soon. As for the recap today, we have Cloud9 versus Immortals. I think this match should be looked at a little bit differently than most matches. I don't think there's anyone in the world that's going to argue Cloud9 isn't the best team in LCS, but for Immortals, they're coming into week 5 with a positive record of 5-3, but a lot of analysts and fans still have questions regarding how legit are they as a team. So that's what I want to put the focus on today for this recap. How legit is Immortals? And what better measuring stick can we get than Cloud9, the best team in the league? We'll break down what Immortals does correctly, what they do incorrectly, and yeah, we'll talk about how legit they are. So without further ado, let's get started with the draft portion of the recap. The first pick that really stands out to me is the Senna. A lot of people have recognized she was an extremely strong champion in the past patch on 10.2, but going into 10.3, AD carry Senna got significantly nerfed, so a lot of people have started dropping her and don't really even consider her one of the stronger champions in the meta right now, and we barely see play. But here's the thing, the support portion of Senna got buffed. She has a higher chance of getting souls from creeps that she doesn't kill. So people have been figuring out a different way to play Senna. You buy the support item and you actually let your support farm. So you're just really there to harass and not really CS, and you're still generating a lot of gold just due to the support item, and you're getting more souls than before. And in mid game, you can start farming again because you completed your support item and the gold generation part doesn't matter anymore. So you just become a normal AD carry Senna. Your support has massive amounts of gold from being able to farm, and also you have more souls than you normally would have because they buffed that part. So yeah, Senna is still viable if you play her this way, and I do think more teams are going to pick up playing Senna this way in the future, and it's really nice for C9 to showcase the new way of Senna. The other pick that stands out is Vladimir. We don't really get to see this champion that much. I think it's picked as a potential counter pick into set, but also if Immortals picks a mid laner that is weak against Vladimir, I can definitely see this pick go mid. They ended up picking Orianna, a champion that's actually really good into Vladimir, so the Vladimir goes top, and you can see Xmithie picking Zoe to go against Orianna instead. As for Immortals, I really dislike this Elise pick. The thing about Elise is she's really good at diving and she's really good at ganking. I don't really see lanes that are very gankable for Elise, and the only lane that has dive potential is set early game versus the Vladimir. But C9 is going to know about that and they are going to prep that. So yeah, if the Elise isn't really diving the Vladimir, she really doesn't have a purpose. I will note Xmithie is the most important player on Immortals, and it's important he's on a champion that can create his own picks and that can do the things that he wants to do. But yeah, I can understand why and the context behind it, but I still really disagree with the pick. Let's talk about the overall team comps and their win conditions. For Immortals, they have a very standard teamfight comp. Set really isn't a split pusher, Orianna really isn't a split pusher. Once they get into mid and late game, what they want to be doing is teamfighting. It is very one-dimensional though. There is some flank potential with the Set and Rakan, but other than that, this is a straight up teamfight comp. Let's just put the tanks up front, the carries in the back, and try to kill people. As for Cloud9, they have a 1-4 comp. It can potentially be a 1-3-1 comp, but Zoe really does not like being in a side lane. Senna and Tahm Kench are great at rotating around the map in mid-game. Vladimir is a great split pusher, and how they want to approach teamfight is very multi-angle. Vladimir has to look for a flank, Lee Sin has to look for a flank, and they don't really have a front line, so it's a lot about getting to engage first, threatening that flank, and breaking up Immortals' formation and making sure they're not taking a straight-on 5v5 teamfight. So those are how the two comps are supposed to work. Now let's get to the gameplay. Here you can see Xmithie hugging the left side of mid lane, because he has a pink ward and also his jungler is there. But he gets ulted by Aika, and Haku is going to be coming in from the right side. He's able to dodge the Rakan W with just a heal summoner, because he gets movement speed from the heal, and also Zoe's W allows her to get movement speed anytime a summoner spell is used. It's actually really good for him that he was able to dodge that roam without burning flash. And here you can see Altek getting chased down by Zven and Vulcan. He had to play a lot more carefully when his support wasn't there. They're going to show in the replay exactly what happened. This is a very, very common Senna kill pattern, and I'm actually pretty disappointed in Altec that he got hit by this. Senna using her E to close distance and then using W. Yeah, Altec just had to flash the W. He flashed it way too late and got greedy and is going to end up giving a free kill for no reason. Now, C9 bot lane has a lot of priority and they're going to swap over to top side. I don't think Soaz recognized this, so he's just kind of dueling Licorice right here. He should have just kept backing all the way. Now, Zben's going to be able to come in, leading with his Q, auto, W, and then a free kill on Soaz. 2 kills on Senna to start off is so nice, and also the multiple souls. And C9 also getting Herald. This is just so good for them. You see IMT bot lane trying to push, but turret plays are extremely tanky, and without Herald, it's really hard to take the entire turret in one go. So C9 was able to get top turret using the Herald they got from earlier, and now they swapped onto bot side and they're going to look for a dive. Vulcan's going to go into the brush with a pink word on it, able to ult himself and Licorice behind Soaz, but it is a set. He's unstoppable during his ult, and due to the grit shield buildup, he's just a really hard champion to dive. Luckily for C9, it is on a tempo where it was hard for Immortals to reply properly, and they're not going to have anyone die, but yeah, don't be looking for dives on set, guys. This is usually what it turns out to be. You can see that C9 has vision on left side of mid lane and also the top side scuttle, but Xmithie knows that Blabber has to come to the top side of the map because that's where his camps are, that's where Herald is going to be spawning, so he's going to use Red Trinket and try to set up a pick on Blabber. He's going to wait in the brush, he's not going to pop either plant and just keep waiting until someone shows. Blabber is going to check in, Xmithie is going to lead with Smite Cocoon, and Hakuo following up with his W, and they're able to chain CC him and catch him out. This is a really core part of Immortals mid game. Xmithie making picks like this, and also everyone just being in the right place on the right side of the map. I really think Xmithie is making a lot of calls. A lot of the past teams he's been on does a lot of this. TL does this. CLG used to do this. So yeah, much props to Xmithie, and this is part of the reason why Immortals mid game is so good. So C9 was able to steadily stack up dragons, and now we're at soul point. If they're able to get this Inferno Drake coming up, they're gonna have the Inferno Soul. And you can also see on the map, Niski has already pushed up top side, rest of C9 grouped up mid, and they pushed mid lane. So the Xayah and Set are catching waves, while the rest of C9 is walking into Immortals jungle, trying to catch people, trying to get vision. If Immortals don't really fight for this vision, they can't fight for Dragon, and they also have to kind of catch the farm. It's a catch-22 situation. And even though Immortals tries to fight it later on and they're joining up in the fight, it doesn't really matter. C9's already grouped, they already got the chunk on Xmithie, they already had to burn flashes. This was a fight they weren't going to win. This is why tempo is so important. And I think if Immortals made better decision regarding just giving up the farm on top side and grouping up earlier on the jungle to contest C9 coming in, they would have defended this better. Now C9's going to be able to get Inferno Drake without even taking a team fight. So yeah, just very well done from C9. It's about 25 minutes into the game. C9 has about a 4k gold lead. They already have Inferno Soul, and they're starting up Baron. They will not let a 50-50 happen. These are the things they're looking for. They're going to either look for a Zoe pick, or a pick with Tahm Kench or Senna, or Vladimir flanking, or getting the Baron low enough where they just straight up take it. You can see them catching Xmithie with the Senna W and then chasing after him, just getting off the Baron. I actually think they could have stayed on Baron with Blabber and Zben. Blabber can shield himself, Zben can use Q to constantly heal him. There's just a lot of ways they can do Baron without losing a lot of HP. But I'm still very solid on my point. I don't think C9 is going to allow a 50-50 to happen. They're going to constantly bait Immortals in, and yeah, they're either going to take the fight or pick someone off. Immortals trying to come in from the left entrance, the Zoe W hitting, and the Rakan forced to run away. Licorice constantly looking for a flank. Xmithie was able to get into the river though, and he can threaten a steal. Immortals trying to go in. Vulcan just being giga tanky as Tahm Kench. Oh my god, Licorice actually flubbed his engage with the flash right there, but they're still able to kill Xmithie. The Baron at about 12. Ooh! And Blabber just able to get it. I think this was much more dangerous of a Baron than Cloud9 wanted. If Licorice didn't get insta-gived right after using flash and getting CC'd, it would have looked much cleaner. But nonetheless, C9 going to be able to take the Baron. It isn't for free though, they still did have 2 people die. And Licorice dying is actually pretty important because he's normally going to be one of the split pushers with Baron, and him not having Baron is actually going to be pretty meaningful. I think at this point, Immortals lose focus and their mental's kind of broken. I just have no idea why Soaz is defending at tier 2 here and getting caught out. You never really want to be defending from tier 2 when the enemy team has Baron, because you can get flanked on, you can get dove on. When you're defending at inhibitor, the terrain is just so much better, and people can't get behind you or flank unless they're coming in from mid lane. But with Soaz dead, they're going to lose this bottom turret and the bottom inhibitor most likely, and also the mid inhib, and that's going to be pretty much the end of the game. 2 inhibs down, this much gold lead, C9 has it in the bag. Once again, C9 putting on a clinic and just taking care of Immortals like they're nothing. But let's talk about how well Immortals did and if they really are a good team or not. Here's a fun fact about Immortals. Maybe not so much of a fun fact, but they spend more time being in major deficit than being in major lead while having a positive win and loss record. What that means is they make really good decisions in mid and late game, or teams throw against them in mid and late game, which we actually did see a lot. Remember that CLG game where they just opened mid and Immortals just ended the game on them? But yeah, they have really good decision making in mid and late game, and I think a lot of credit goes to Xmithie and Soaz and also the coaching staff for that. But they are a team with pretty much no really strong mechanical players or really strong early game. And yeah, that's just who they are. LCS is really messy and there's a lot of teams making a lot of mistakes in mid and late game, and Immortals is smart enough where they're better than the teams at that, and those are game winning. Having a strong early game isn't game winning, but having a really good decision maker in the mid and late game is game winning, and that's why I think Immortals is able to pick up so much of the wins. They're smart, they do good drafts, and they make good decisions later on. So they are legit in that sense. But I do think once teams catch up and they start making better decisions in the mid and late game, they are going to get run over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this local recap. Let me know if you have a different opinion on Immortals. I would love to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing really helps. And also commenting helps a lot too. One last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye.